Hello and welcome to Lynchburg Live. I'm your host, Linda Smith. Karaoke is a form of entertainment that continues to be popular in our area. My guest tonight is Danny Bernard, owner of Shining Stars Karaoke. Danny's going to be telling us just what karaoke is and why it continues to be so popular. Danny, welcome to Lynchburg Live. I'm so glad to have you as my guest.
Thank you, Linda, for having me.
To begin with, would you just tell people, I can't imagine that anybody wouldn't know what karaoke is, but would you tell people what karaoke is?
There are a few people out there that probably do not know what karaoke is, but karaoke is a form of entertainment to where the audience can get involved. You know, sometimes you go like to a dance and you have a live band and you say, well, I could sing that good, and somebody said, well, why don't you get up and sing? So in karaoke, this is your chance to be that performer that you say that you can be better or just as good as. And so it has really grown over the years.
That's really, I just think it's interesting.
It's very interesting. When I first got into the karaoke business, I said, the first show I ever went to, I was watching people go up and look at this thing and was singing, and I says, how do they know the words so correctly and get them so precise? And then as the years went by, I learned how they did it, and then I got into the business myself.
I think that's great. And how did you get involved?
Well, I was singing at the Moose Lodge here in Lynchburg at the 715 on Lakeside Drive, and there was a woman that owns a bar here in town, Mary Jane's Cafe. She was there and she heard me performing, and she approached me and she asked me would I like to sing in her bar, and I said, well, Mary Jane, I don't have the equipment or music to do anything like that. So for 2 years, Mary Jane constantly called me, are you ready to come down to my bar yet? So finally I started putting money aside until I finally got enough equipment and enough songs to do a short 4-hour show.
And this was karaoke?
This is karaoke. And as the years went by, I started collecting more and more music and started growing and going to different other bars and Moose Lodges and places like that.
So you are a magician. I mean,
a magician?
A musician,
well,
by trade.
No, I'm not a musical instrument person.
Okay.
I'm just a form of entertainer to where, you know, I'd start off a karaoke show and to get people relaxed and let them know what's going on, make an announcement to who I am and what I'm doing. And we are here tonight, and I'm Danny Bernard, and we're having live karaoke. If you'd like to sing a song, grab a book and fill out your name and the name of the song you'd like to sing, and come on up, we'll make you a star for tonight. So I can't put you on TV, but I can make you a star for tonight anyway.
All right, so I am correct in calling you an entertainer.
Yes, ma'am, very correct. I usually start off the shows, like I say, and to get people relaxed and into it.
Could I twist your arm and get you to give us a brief demonstration?
I think I might could do that.
Okay.
There's a song that came out a few years ago. Jack Green originally done it, and then Ricky Van Shelton redid it. So it's called Statue of a Fool. Somewhere there should be for all the world to see a statue of a fool made of stone. The image of a man who let love slip through his hands, and then like a fool stood there all alone. And there on his face a gold tear should be placed to honor the million tears he's cried. And the hurt in his eyes would show. And that's about it. That's
great.
how it goes. You know, I left a few of the words out at the beginning because, you know, you have copyrights and all that you have to worry about. So,
well, that's great.
But in the karaoke business, you don't have to worry about that. You know, you have a license and all that.
All right. So you told me you're self-employed, and that's as a
karaoke DJ.
DJ. Yes, okay. How long have you been doing that for a living?
I've been doing it for 10 years.
Okay. And you gave up your day job to do this?
Well, no. At first, I done karaoke gigs and worked a full-time job.
Right.
And but 2 years ago, my karaoke started growing so well that I didn't have to work anymore. So I've done all the Applebee's in Lynchburg, and that's how I, got ready to just say, well, I don't need to work no more because I'm making enough money that I don't have to worry about it
That's
anymore.
Wonderful.
5 and 6 nights a week.
And you're doing something you really enjoy.
Yes, ma'am. I really enjoy doing it.
And that, to me, that's the most important thing. Has this current economy affected your job as a...
The economy has hurt some, but what's really is hurting some of these places that I play is the ban on smoking. Because people, when they come in to drink, they would like to smoke, and if they have to go outside to smoke, then they just soon not show up, I've been told that by several people since the no smoking thing took effect, and I was already doing the shows, and then when they said no smoking now, then they have to go outside. Well, say, well, if I got to go outside and can't have a cigarette with my beer or my mixed drink, then I'm not even gonna come out. So
I thought about the economy, but I never thought about smoking, but that is true. A lot of people like to go and be entertained and smoke a cigarette.
You work 8 hours a day, and then you want to stop for a beer or a mixed drink, and you have to go outside to smoke in freezing weather, so it's...
Are there still some areas, some places?
Well, there are a few places that have went by, I think it was Tim McCain that made the law, and there are a few places that have closed in certain parts of a bar to where you can go in and smoke.
Right, like they do some restaurants.
Yes.
Half and half.
Right.
How many performances do you generally do a week?
It ranges anywhere from 4 to 5 to 6. It just depends on what's going on.
And you have a performance tonight.
Yes, ma'am. I do at the Corner Cafe here in Lynchburg, across from Lynchburg College. The show starts around 8 or 8:30, depending on the crowd, how soon they get there, and lasts until 12 at night.
Do you have regulars that come?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Because once they find out the song selections that you have, and being the only one in Lynchburg that has the largest song selection, I have more people come to my shows than the others.
I think that's great. I have some questions about your songs too,
Sure.
but they're somewhere else. How many do you work alone?
Yes, I do.
And I think you told me there was a woman that will come and help you if you get yourself double booked or something like that. Now, does karaoke appeal to a certain age group, or does it just appeal to everybody?
It appeals to everybody. I've had anywhere from little kids, a 5-year-old come to my show one night and just blew me away with her singing. She was really awesome. 5 years old, and don't even have to look at the monitor. She knows the songs by heart. And then the older people, they come out and they, hey, I like singing this song. Do you have it? And if you got it, then they'll get up and sing it. So.
Now, for those people who don't know, the lyrics are flashed on the screen?
Well, they're not flashed. They appear on the screen.
Okay.
The music is it's a format called CDG. The G stands for graphics.
Okay.
So therefore, some people have CDs with the graphics. I've gone computerized, which gives me a bigger variety of music for the folks to choose from.
All right, so now are there videos as well as that are flashed behind the lyrics?
Well, in some songs there are videos, but the newest thing out nowadays is the DJ part of videos with the dance music that you play. Some of the guys up in Roanoke that I are friends with have this video when they play a certain dance song, and it's awesome. I'm going to get into that later on.
Right.
Me myself get into it later on to buy.
Now, are the lights that flash, do they correspond with the music?
Well, there's not flashing lights. It's like the changing of the color. In other words, it starts off maybe white, and it will change into blue as you're singing. And
the lyrics themselves.
Right, the lyrics itself changes the colors on it. So when you start seeing it change, then you know that's when you start singing.
Do you think that helps people get into the mood?
Yes, it does, because, you know, a lot of people say, well, I know the songs, but I don't know all the words. But in karaoke, you have all the words in front of you.
All right, now, in just trying to do a little research on this, they kept saying your karaoke CDs, are they different from regular CDs?
Yes. The karaoke CDs are, like I was telling you a few minutes ago, are called CDGs.
Okay.
If it's got G on it, then it's karaoke because it's graphic. The graphics is what makes the karaoke.
Oh, okay.
But a normal CD that you play in your car is just music and the artist singing on it. So that's a big difference.
Right. Just a minute ago, you said you have the largest selection of music here in Lynchburg.
In Lynchburg, yes, ma'am.
How large is your selection of music?
Right now, I offer 138,000 karaoke songs and over 80,000 DJ songs.
That's huge.
That is huge. But now in Roanoke, they're even bigger in Roanoke than I am. So.
All right. If someone wants to make a special request, can they do that?
Yes, they sure can.
How do you find what they request?
Well, see, I have all of mine into an external hard drive, all my music. And it's hooked into a computer, and you come up, tell me, say like you want to sing "Pretty Woman" by Roy Orbison. All I do is type in the name of the song, and it comes up on my screen while you're singing your song. The next person's song comes up on the screen, and I save it to it's your turn, the next person's turn to come up and sing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing it, after hearing you say that, I can't imagine doing it without a computer.
Well, it took me, like my daughter says, she said, Daddy, I never thought you'd be one of the first in Lynchburg to go computerized. Because I was the last one to get a cell phone. I was the last one to get a pager when they was out. And I was the last one to go from cassette to CD. So.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
But this time I got ahead of the game.
Glad you surprised her. All right. Do you know when karaoke actually began as an entertainment?
Well, the idea came, I've done some reading up on it, and really it's stemmed from Elvis Presley done the first sort of karaoke. He had, when he done the movie Blue Hawaii, they had cue cards with the words to the song on the cue cards. So somebody got the idea, and then Jimi Hendrix was the next artist to come out with the first CDG. And then it kept adding to it, and people, you know, and it started spreading out, and more people got into it. Now, some artists request that you not use their songs for karaoke. Right. So that's where the copyrights come in. But if it's available and you can get it, then most artists don't have a problem with it.
Do you have any idea who invented the karaoke machine?
Japanese.
Should have known.
Karaoke stands for, in Japanese, tone deaf. That's what they call it. You're tone deaf. And why, that part I don't understand it, but I'm not tone deaf. So I don't know how they got involved. But.
So for anybody who thinks this is lip syncing, this is not lip syncing.
No, it's not lip syncing. It's you yourself doing the singing, and the words are up on the TV screen. So kind of like the Elvis Presley thing you just said. I know there used to be some old 60s television programs that were sing-alongs, and you know that's sort of like a precursor to karaoke, isn't it? Because yeah, it is. Now, and back in the day of Dottie West and all that, when she was getting on up in age and she was still doing live performance, sometimes the cameras would slip and you would see the monitor in the floor with the words. So she had karaoke in front of her. But they had it hid so well that a lot of people didn't see it, but a quick move with the camera and you could catch it. So even some of the older performers that as getting senile, can't remember the words, is doing karaoke.
You know, that was one of the things that in doing a little bit of research for this, I found out that it really, a lot of people started using it when they couldn't afford an orchestra or a band behind them, and that's how they would do it. So it really has come a long way.
Well, and also in karaoke is a cheaper form of entertainment than live bands are these days.
Sure.
Live bands charge anywhere from $800 up, or some of them $450 and up, where I can go out and do a private party for 4 hours for $300. So you know.
So that's great. I mean, that really is great. you don't have to be a professional. I hesitated a minute because I have a memory of this.
That's
you
okay.
don't have to be a professional to sing
No, you
karaoke.
do not. It's all in fun. It doesn't matter if you can sing. I've had people come to my shows that couldn't carry a tune in a bucket, but they're having a good time. And I've had people come to my shows and they would just blow you away of how well they sing.
You know, my husband and I have been to out of town and been to some karaoke nights, and I'd see all these people stand up and they looked like they were having such a good time. And it embarrassed me to think I might do it, so I never did. But everybody who got up there and sang sounded like they had such wonderful voices. So I thought that there was something in the mic that just naturally made everybody who doesn't know how to sing sound good.
No, it doesn't work that way, not quite. I mean, so, you know, a lot of people do. There are quite a few people out there that can really sing really well. I mean, I've done karaoke contests and, you know, and have to pick the best singers for that contest. And it was like an 8-week thing where I done it through Applebee's one year. And the winner got a free trip to the ski resort, Master Nothing ski resort. So that was an awesome giveaway package right there for a performer, which is a local performer here in Lynchburg. Her name is Shinin. I think that's how I pronounce her last name. I always mess it up. But anyway, Shinin, she was an excellent singer, and she won the contest that night. So,
do you find out that people who want to sing and who do have talent, but they really don't have an opportunity to sing, they come and do karaoke more often?
Yes, a lot of them do. Now, what I usually do, I'll start the show off singing, and then some of the people that are not too nervous will come up and sign up to sing a song. So while them people are singing and their song's playing, I will walk the crowd and I will come up and say, well, aren't you going to sing tonight? And try to break the ice with them. And I'll joke with them and say, no, I've got all your favorite songs. I've got Mary Had a Little Lamb, Hot Cross Bun, and they look at me like, you crazy? I said, yeah, I am crazy, but do you want to sing? And they say, well, maybe later after I get a few more drinks in me. A lot of people do need liquid courage. Years ago, I used to be the same way. I had to have liquid courage, but I haven't drank in over 10 years, so I don't need liquid courage anymore. So.
You know, that's another question I was going to ask you. Do people do better after they've had a couple
Some do, and some don't. There are some people out there can really sing better after they've relaxed a little bit, and then there's some out there like, that ain't helping you a bit.
No.
But like I say, it's all in fun. Everybody has a ball doing it. Like I say, I've had some of the worst singers you can ever imagine. And then I've had some.
They still do it.
And they still do it. I was doing a show a few years ago in Alta Vista. The guy got up there, he couldn't sing. He knew he couldn't sing. But he got up there every night that I played and sang, and they would boo him. Oh. So one night he told me, I started his song, and they started booing him. He said, do me a favor. I said, what's that? He said, cut the machine off. I said, okay. So I cut it off. He said, y'all boo me every time I get up here. He said, but I don't see none of y'all up here. He said, now start my music back up.
That's cool.
And he kept coming back. So, you know, but to boo somebody to me is very rude.
That is rude.
I mean, they're having a good time. Some of them know they cannot sing, but they're having a ball with it. They enjoy it.
And if you can do that, I mean, I think that's great.
If you got the courage to even get up there and do it, you know, don't boo them. I mean, you booing me, but you're not up there, so think about it.
Do you know about what year karaoke really got popular? Because it really did take off.
It got real popular back in the 80s.
All right.
I went to, now see, karaoke, the first show I ever went to, the guy had discs like this big,
right.
Huge disc, and they had videos in them and all of that. Then they got even more modern technology and went down to the small disc. And now they're even more modern technology, and they've gone computerized.
You know, I've got a lot of friends who have really gotten into karaoke and buy their own little machines, and they go out to parties and entertain their friends. Do you see that happening a lot?
Not a lot, but it's getting to where it's a lot of people are doing it unless they get bored with it and they say, well, you know, I like doing this. I'm running this karaoke show, but I want to have fun too, so let's hire a professional to do it. Because that way, you know, you can't spend time with your friends, talk to them and everything, because you're up running the karaoke machine. Or if you got an outside person come in and do your show for you, then, and I will work within anybody's budget. You know, I'm good with that. I mean, I'm not out to rob nobody, but I still have to make up to keep my music updated and to keep, you know, gas in my vehicle with $3 a gallon. You know.
Well, people really do get hooked on this.
Yes,
I mean, they do, and it's a good thing to be hooked on.
And I've had people come up and say, "Now, I've never done this before. What do I do?" And I explain to them as it goes, and I'll whisper in their ear. I said, "Now, start now." And then once they get the hang of it, they'll come up and say, "Can I do this again?" I said, "Sure you can." I said, "That's what it's for." I said, "Now you've got the karaoke bug." I said, "Now you will be singing more often."
And you're hooked.
You're hooked. Hook, line, and sinker.
What else can you tell me about this digital equipment that you have? Because I think that's really fascinating. Well, you've got the computer and...
well, basically, you know, all the music is, like I say, is in a hard drive. Well, mine's in an external hard drive. Some of the shows I've been to, some of the guys in Roanoke, they have 2 external hard drives, one for just DJ and the other one for the karaoke. I've got all mine into one right now. But as it grows, I may have to, you know, switch over and just put all karaoke in one and all DJ in another. And, you know, and then you hook everything up, and then you run it into a TV monitor. And so the audience can have the TV to look at so they can sing the song to where I can see it on my computer right there in front of me. So if I know, I have been to a show a couple of weeks ago to where the guy, you had to sing off of his laptop. He didn't even have a TV screen for the people to sing off of.
That would be hard.
And he hasn't updated his music since 2007. But that's not good for business. But, you know, I've been in this business. It's for you. It's not for me. It's for you. If you hire me, I'm doing this for you. You are my boss. I'm not your boss. I'm doing it to satisfy you and your customers.
That's great. I mean, that's a good attitude and a good way to approach a business, I think.
Exactly.
How much equipment do you have? Because you said tonight you had to come here, but you were going to take your equipment over to the Corner Cafe before you got here.
I have 2 12-inch speakers, 1 floor monitor speaker. I have my mixer, which operates the sound of the microphones. I have 4 cordless microphones. You can walk the crowd if you're a really good singer. Most of them know the words and they walk the crowd. I do that on certain songs. I'll walk the crowd. Then I have my TV, and then I have lights, and you know, just a lot of equipment. I got over $4,000 tied up in it.
Do people ever just take whatever song pops up, or do they always request a song?
Most of them request a song. Yeah. Now they have had what you're talking about. Take whatever song comes up when it's called karaoke roulette. So in other words, you put a song in a hat and you pull that song out, and then you sing that song, and that's real fun. I've done that.
Tell me where you're going to be coming up.
Well, every Wednesday night I'm at the Corner Cafe from 8 to 12 o'clock. This Friday I'm at Mary Jane's Cafe, the woman that got me started in it. That starts at 8 o'clock until 12.
She's local.
She's local, very local, across from the train station here in Lynchburg.
Okay.
And then Saturday night I'm playing in Roanoke at the place called the Elephant Walk, which is at the Holiday Inn Select. It's a bar that connected onto the Holiday Inn. And I play up there every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. So. What
kind of events do you play at? I know it's not, you don't just do cafes and
right. I have done a few benefits. I've done a Christian benefit where I've done gospel music. I've done Relay for Life. What I do is I don't charge them for anything. I just donate my time. And
that was something I wanted to ask you. We only have about 3 minutes to go.
Okay.
But you did donate your time to Relay for Life.
Yes, ma'am.
And
I've done it for the last 2 years.
A lot of respect for the American Cancer Society. Do you mind telling our audience why?
Well, my daughter and mama passed away at age 45 with cancer. It was in her stomach, and it just ate her up on the inside. And so if there's any way that I can donate my time to entertain people to help them get in to the Relay for Life.
To raise that money.
To help raise that money, I would do it. I would be there. No strings attached to anything. I'll do it for free.
Danny, I really respect you for what you are doing with the Relay.
Thank you.
You know, I think it's to try to get out there and raise money for this cause is very special. If someone is watching and wants to hire you for an event, do you do weddings and
yes,
anniversary
I do, yes.
parties?
And I'm also an ordained minister, so I can perform the wedding as well. So if you want to contact me, just call me at 434-444-0169 or email me at shiningstarskaraoke@aol.com.
Okay. Thank you so much for being my guest.
Thank you for letting me.
Time has gone by very fast.
It has.
I think we were just having fun. Thank
Too
you
much
so
fun.
much.
What's that mean?
Okay. All right. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. My next show will feature Dr. Tom Carrico talking about hyperbaric wound care. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.